What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Pick Six Podcast. Katie Mox and Will Brinson here, joined by the two surviving members of the Super Friends, John Breech and Ryan Wilson. If you missed the last episode, Brinson and I broke down the the NFL, Sportsline NFL Futures, NFL Draft with RJ White and PropStars. The double NFL is on purpose, in case you guys thought it wasn't. You can use the code PICK to get your first month for just $1 over at Sportsline, where you only get good picks, no nonsense. But apparently, Brinson, we get some shenanigans here. What are we doing today?
We're going to do bowl predictions today, which is a staple. Podcast devotees will obviously know that we do bowl predictions before the season. And then, of course, and I believe, Katie, this is your first bowl prediction. By the way,
I don't know whether to be excited or nervous.
So I'm going to do this without permission from the other two here, but we're going to induct you as a super friend.
Oh,
congratulations!
Wow.
You are
Wait a second, though. We have Zan, Jaina, Brinson's definitely Gleek. So what's the new? Those are the official Super Friend names. You don't even know.
Oh, I have to have a different name.
Well, there's like Wonder Twins technically, so you can.
Right.
I don't know.
Well, you can actually be Wonder Woman. I
It's
guess.
like Captain Planet, kind of, right?
Breach, do you have any suggestions? What
Captain Planet?
Isn't that Captain Planet? Earth, Fire, Wind, Water.
You're way
Captain Planet and the Planeteers.
Thank you, Breech.
Look at that, Brinson.
I'm not crazy here. Captain Planet's a thing.
We've gone from the Super Friends to the Planeteers, so now we can each be planets.
Anyway,
All right.
congratulations.
Thank you.
Kelly
Thank
Mox, you were officially a super friend.
Wow, what a day. Thank you. Happy to be here.
It's been so long that Ryan looked at me yesterday on a conference call and goes, "How are you? You're doing well."
Brinson will be sending you a welcome kit, but he doesn't actually ever mail anything, so you won't ever get it. But you can
that is
pretend
true.
you know what's in it.
Okay.
Yes.
What'll it be?
Ryan Wilson and I've been podcasting like
2008
that's not even a joke. It's insane.
on Blog Talk Radio. Breach, remember that? You used to call in and listen.
We use Blog
Radio.
What? Block Talk Radio?
Blog Talk Radio.
Okay.
Blog Talk. Wow. And
You're a little younger
of
than the rest
blogging.
of us. You would actually have to call into this number on blogtalkradio.com and to conference everyone in, and you would do a podcast over basically a landline.
And that's when everyone was doing the
It
blogs
was
from
a
their
conference
basements
call,
of their
but you
moms.
made it into a podcast.
Remember when we had oh man. See, this is what happens when we do this.
All right, let's get going.
I was gonna say,
tell your 30-second story.
what was the intro for the Fan House podcast?
It's a house cast.
Wait, okay, so we had Blog Talk, Housecast,
Yeah, it was a house cast.
and then what else?
It's a house cast. This used to be called the Eye on Football Podcast and the Pick Six Podcast. It may have changed again and then came back to
Yes,
Pick Six.
yes, that is correct. We finally gave in and just went back to Pick Six, and then they gave us branding, and they said, keep firing your bold predictions, which is what we're going to do. By the way, Ryan Wilson, when he's look how confident and calm and cool and happy he is, because he spends his time peacocking around Mobile, Alabama with Rick Spielman, his new BFF. I mean, talk about a glow up. You went from me to Rick Spielman.
Wow.
I mean, sure, I'm
Congratulations.
better looking and like in way better shape, but he was an NFL GM, so you got that for you.
Oh, Rick was an amateur power lifter and won the
No
competition.
kidding, dude. He's
with a-
jacked.
I thought you said you were in better shape. I was like, okay.
No,
well,
I've never even
maybe.
bench pressed in my life. Rick is jacked.
Yeah.
Hi, John.
Hi, guys. I don't disagree with anything you're saying.
All right, we're getting to the bowl predictions. Wilson, we're going to let you go first because
Oh,
I'm assuming that you have some sort of Kenny Pickett take.
are we gonna do it by division or just gonna fire them off?
Do whatever you want.
All right, if we're gonna do, I'll start since you led in with Kenneth Pickett the third. I'll go to the AFC North. I just sort of did them by division. I have a couple for Katie's AFC NFC West.
Oh, great. Great.
Spoiler alert: she ain't gonna love it. All right, here we go.
Oh, but does it involve Eugene?
That's one.
Ooh,
of them. And the other one-
that is, by the way, that is the biggest bold prediction that everyone has made. If we're gonna might as well just put it out in the open that Sam Darnold is going to be the starting.
No. I
quarterback
think he's going like Seahawks go like 14 and 3 or something.
All right,
I'll-
all right. I'll wait.
I'll get back to
I'll
Kenny
wait.
Pickett, but you guys are actually both hitting on something. So I'm going to get an F already in the bowl prediction grade, but that's a conversation for a few minutes from now. In the AFC North, Breach, I have 3 of them,
Oh boy, that seems like a
Wow.
lot.
and they don't involve Joe Burrow, Snoopy. All right, here we go. Number 1, the Steelers will win the division. Say what now? I think you guys are the Sharps, but I think they are still picked to finish last according to Vegas odds.
They are.
That's some
over under win total of 9, and I think
gold.
they're like 4-1.
Number 2.
Well,
TJ Watt.
by the way,
Okay.
Before you go,
mid-season form Breech.
Absolutely locked in. Preseason's over, buddy. Get with it. I'm looking at this in Prism, our content management system. One of the things I have written down for my 10 bold predictions I will be publishing next week is Steelers win the AFC North.
So you stole that from me.
Which,
Got it.
by the way, the odds are plus 500 right now.
All right. Make some money.
The Steelers win the.
It's a bold prediction. Is it okay?
Yeah.
Wait,
Do you want us to grade you, or do you want to?
I'm trying to get through the other 2 that I have for this bold prediction.
Hey, get off that easy, pal.
Here we go. Number 2. Breech, you're not going to like this because it's going to bring back memories of week 1 a year ago. TJ Watt will win Defensive Player of the Year for the second time in 3 years.
I love that.
Thank you. And number 3, Kenny Pickett will be the second best quarterback in this division, according to wins over Wilson.
What? Wins over Wilson.
That's my own proprietary. Brinson stole his proprietary analytics nonsense from me. It's
wins over Wilson.
So,
okay.
Kenny will outplay. I think Joe Burrow's still the best. Kenny will outplay Deshaun, and also Lamar. I think Lamar's going to be great. Actually, I think this is why it's bold. I actually like Lamar to be 1 or 2 in terms of quarterbacks in the division, but I'm just going to throw Kenny Pickett a bone here after the way he did in preseason.
Okay. From a grading perspective, I'll go first here on this bold grading because Katie has never had to deal with grading a bold prediction before, and you threw a 3-part AFC North Steelers bold prediction
qualification in terms of the grades this year. Give me numbers, just like number grades you would get in the classroom.
Let's go out of 10. Let's go out of 10.
Oh, okay. We're not.
Okay,
doing
that's
like
fine. Sure.
ABs.
1 out of
We're not
10.
doing letter
Yeah.
grades.
So like a 10 out of 10 is a perfect A+.
So wait, just because I'm a newbie here,
No, sure.
I was told we'd have 2 or 3 predictions each. This is 3.
This is a curveball. Yes.
I went over the top because it's the Steelers. I typically have 1 for the others. So go ahead.
Okay.
Yes, this is a surprising plot twist.
Recap me on what those 3 are.
Steelers win the division. TJ Watt wins Defensive Player of the Year second time in 3 years. Kenny Pickett, according to wins over Wilson, is the second best quarterback in the division after Joe Burrow.
So I'm going to give you a 7.7. And that's in homage to Ben Roethlisberger. The only reason it's not higher, Ryan, it's a 10 out of 10 boldness.
Yeah.
But you're getting a 7.7 because you basically have to hit like a insane 3-game parlay where not only does TJ Watt win Defensive Player of the Year, the Steelers win the division, but Kenny Pickett is better than Lamar Jackson and Deshaun Watson and or Joe Burrow.
And just for clarification, so Katie understands, it's a balance of bold and realistic in terms of the chance. Not just because Breech will say something like Cade York will score, he will throw 55 touchdowns. Well, that's bold, but it's not going to happen.
Right. It's really good. I just think it's going to be difficult. Like I think each one of those would the Watt one is like kind of easy if he just plays 17 games.
I already have a ticket on that. Yeah.
Yeah. So
all right, I'll take it. I'm fine with that. You don't have to justify it. All right.
Wilson, I would say something like Cade York would throw 55 touchdowns and kick 2 field goals. And then when he kicks the 2 field goals, I would say my prediction is half right. Then I beat everyone. That would be more like me.
All right.
Katie, would you like to grade Ryan's?
Yeah, I think I'm going to go higher than you did, Brinson, and give this a solid 8. I give you an A on the TJ Watt because I actually already have a ticket there. That's something I've discussed on the show, which I like. Steelers to win the division. I mean, it's really bold, but Kenny Pickett has been dealing in the preseason. The offense looks pretty hot, and we know that defense is strong. It's just the Kenny Pickett in the quarterback thing that one's hard for me because the AFC North has got so many superstars. So I'll give it a solid 8.
And by the way, their offensive coordinator, unless he's been kidnapped, is a huge problem. Go ahead, Breech.
Yes.
Well, and real quick, I mean, Wilson's out here saying, hey, these need to be bold predictions and not crazy. And also in the same breath says Kenny Pickett's going to be the second best quarterback in the division, which seems a little crazy. So I kind of like the boldness there, but I'm going to dock you a point for being too crazy. The TJ Watt winning Defensive Player of the Year, I think he has the 3rd best odds So it's not like super
But
bold.
he's coming off of a torn pec. I mean, he's got a lot of
He's
adversity.
got multiple 5-1.
He's got a chip on his shoulder. He's got a chip on his shoulder. But the Steelers winning the division is absolutely bold, and I also think it's somewhat realistic, which is coming from a Bengals homer. So I am going to give you a 7.8.
Nice. Suck it, Brinson.
But the best part about this, though, is that Katie went 8 even. So Breech could
And
not
I had
do
8
it.
in my head before you said 7.7.
No. But Breech, if Breech had given the next grade, he would have been like, I'm going to Price is Right, Brinson, and go 7.8. But Katie went 8. So you just trapped yourself in a Price is Right, like handcuff. What did you, Breech? That's very unlike
No,
you.
I gave Wilson the best grade possible. I did not even consider your grades.
Yeah, right, pal.
I didn't even listen to what you said, to be honest.
So wait, do we have like an Olympics calculator where it tallies up all of these and gives an actual grade?
We don't do calculators on this show. This
Right
is not
here,
a math
Katie.
show.
Oh, you got, but you know what I'm saying? When the Olympic judges say something and then it makes it all actually one grade.
I got it. Trust
Okay.
me.
Great.
Yeah, Ryan's going to throw out a weird number.
I went to 25 years of graduate school.
The average grade there is 7.83. There you go.
7.83.
I will say that Drew Dinsick, who does work at with the Deep Dive podcast and also at NBC Sports Edge, good buddy of mine, has been for months said that a good bet. I'm trying to find what the number is here. It is 40-1 now. It was 55-1. Steelers most wins in the NFL. He likes that as a bet. He's a really sharp guy.
That's crazy stuff, by the way. You have to take into account that the Steelers historically start slow. And that's if they start fast, then we can talk about it. But that's like, I've seen that movie way too many times to be like, oh yeah, that's going to happen.
Wait, so then if they start slow, week 1, is that a loss for the Steelers?
Ooh.
Oh no. And we'll get to that when I get to the NFC West.
Come on.
Super friend Bonafide's out of the gate. You love to see
All right,
it.
let's go. Who's next, Brinson?
All right. Do you Breech? I know you're listed. I'm going to go ahead and jump you, Breech. I'm going to leapfrog you here because I mentioned, look, Wilson came out of the gate swinging. I'm coming out of the gate swinging too. The Atlanta Falcons will finish with the most wins in the entire NFL.
Oh, come on.
Okay. Well, all right. Keep going.
55-1. That's my bold prediction. Grade it.
All right, Breech, you start because you will bring some common sense, which is ironically enough, I'm asking you for common sense to this.
Wait, this is supposed to be realistic though, right?
Thank you,
it's supposed
Katie.
to have a little bit of okay.
I want you to look at their schedule and
One
tell me
clarification.
how
Are you
many
talking
losses you see for the Atlanta Falcons.
Are you talking about on this planet or another planet?
Mars?
Okay, hold on.
Okay, Breech, go ahead. Falcons on Mars.
Well,
Most wins.
Falcons.
It's not completely crazy. If you would have said the Cardinals, that would have been off the rails crazy. He's still on the rails. I will give him that. But this definitely treads a lot more toward crazy than bold. I don't even know what to say. I'm almost. I can't believe Brinson did this. I'm going to give it a 6.8.
Okay, let me mark that down. And then, Katie, I want to ask you a question.
Okay.
Oh boy.
Breech gives Brinson a 6.8. I mean, this spreadsheet is
I
there.
want you to look at the schedule.
Thank
of
you,
the
Billy.
Falcons.
Looking at it.
Look
All right.
at the schedule.
Yeah.
Okay,
it is wild, man. It
Okay,
is
let
the
me go
easiest
through
schedule
it
we'll
here.
ever see.
So, Katie, Green Bay, who wins that game? Green Bay or the Falcons? It's in Atlanta. Exactly. You're not sure,
It's
right?
probably a
I'm
pick
not
'em.
sure. I'm kind of high on the Packers this year, so
Probably a pick 'em.
I'm not sure. I'm
Okay.
not sure.
So the next two games at Lions, at Jacksonville.
They lose. Atlanta loses both of those.
Okay, they'll beat
Those
the
are
Texans.
those are 2 of their 3 hardest games on the schedule.
Right.
All right. They host
Texans, they can win.
Look at
Washington.
this schedule, man.
Washington, they can win. Tampa, they can win. Tennessee, the likely.
I don't know.
I don't know.
The
Yeah.
Vikings.
That's fine.
I give the Vikings maybe the win there. Arizona Cardinals, they can win.
That spread's gonna be minus 21. Derek
Saints.
Carr,
They split with the Saints. That's fine.
Okay.
Jets. I
Look
mean,
at this schedule, dude. It is the easiest schedule you will ever see.
Breech,
for
do
an
you want to
NFL team.
revisit your grade higher or lower? Because I feel like this is not the easiest schedule you'll ever see.
No, I'm going to stick with my grade. I think. Oh,
What
did
did
you think
you-
I was
what
gonna
did you
give Brent
grade
like a 3? I don't
6'8".
think 6'8", which is also my height, by the way, in case you guys
Okay.
wondered.
Oh, yeah. Brinson, how tall are you?
5'4".
What is the
5'9"
great
according
state of
to the
North
state of North
Carolina?
Carolina. That's right. The great state of North Carolina says 5'9".
All right,
Google
Katie,
says
what's your
5'9".
grade?
And real quick,
Go ahead, Bruce, sorry.
I think my biggest problem is probably the fact that Desmond Ridder leading this team to 14, 15 wins. The past 5 years, here are your quarterbacks for the team that finished with the most wins. Mahomes and Jalen Hurts tied last year. The year before that was Aaron Rodgers. Year before that was Patrick Mahomes. 2019 was Lamar Jackson. 2018 was Drew Brees.
Which one of these is not like the other, is what you're saying?
Kind of.
Oh.
So what is the criteria? We grade on boldness. We
Okay, the
grade
criteria's
on
right.
realistic, and then is there like a third?
Yeah,
Michael?
it's remember you're going to give a bold prediction shortly, and
No,
you
I
don't
know,
want to
I know,
you don't
I
want to
know.
anger.
Yeah.
Right. Spite
The
is
third tier is
factor.
how much you like the other person. We also factor that in.
That's 100%
Well,
true.
I like all of you.
You might
We'll
not
see.
in like 20 or 30 minutes. I mean,
Yeah. I will go 7.2.
I like it.
Yeah, I'm gonna go reverse Price is Right. Or actually actor Price. I'm going 6-7. This is not gonna happen. Like there's no
Probably
way.
not. Probably
It's
not.
bold.
It's a bold prediction.
All right, now I will, in Brinson's defense, and this was the only thing that almost made me raise the grade, is I went back and looked at a few of our bold predictions from last year, and I don't remember what they all were, but I do remember that one of Brinson's craziest predictions that we almost had to talk off the ledge was Jacksonville winning the AFC South, and Wilson and I laughed at him, and then Jacksonville won the AFC South.
Breech,
And Brinson
you're
got lost
falling
last.
for the fallacy that Brinson. I'm going to do an old school baseball reference. He's basically Dave Kingman, who played probably before you guys were born. He would bat 100 every year for the Mariners, but he would hit one ball 8,000 feet. And you'd be like, oh my God, this guy is Reggie Jackson 2.0.
You know, I was looking at my old bold predictions. I actually found one from 2018
Oh,
where I
God.
said that Patrick Mahomes would lead the NFL in passing yards. And
that
he
was
threw for
bold.
5,000 passing yards and 50 touchdowns, but Big Ben beat him. He had
Oh, he
more.
did?
Big Ben had more passing yards that year. It's so annoying, like so
Whoa.
close. All right,
All right, who's up?
Yeah, how many times have y'all got these right?
not very often.
Rarely.
Well, they're both.
No, I would say we've hit. I don't think we've ever had a preseason bold prediction show where we whiffed on all our bold predictions.
Well, this
I
one,
think
mine
that's
are,
true.
are going to be coming
All right,
in real life. What's next?
But they're
Breech.
bold. You're not supposed to. If you have a high hit rate, then they're not bold enough. That's the problem. So it's
Okay.
kind of cancel each other out. Okay.
Do you,
Breach, you're up.
Are you guys ready for mine? Oh my God. Everyone is going to love this. I can already tell.
Just like I'm going to survive when it comes to those things.
Right.
I already know that Brinson is going to give me a lower grade than I gave him. I also know that. Okay. So my pick is Rain Dakota Prescott.
Oh, I was like, who? Dakota Rain, isn't it?
I think it's Rain Dakota.
All right. So anyway.
I did my
First
homework,
name's
Wilson.
Dakota.
Don't confuse me.
Okay, go ahead, Dak.
Dak Prescott wins MVP.
Okay.
He is plus 2,500 odds. My play here is that we don't know about the running situations. Obviously, Tony Pollard's in there, but he's coming off a huge injury. And Dak actually has two good receivers. It's not just CeeDee Lamb carrying the entire team. You have Brandon Cooks in there now. I think Dak could have a career year, and you're in Dallas. If he can get them to 13 wins and top the 12 wins of the past 2 seasons, he is going to be in the MVP conversation. And plus 2,500 makes him kind of a long shot, so I think it makes it bold. I'm taking Dak to win MVP.
It's a 9.5. It's great.
Oh, you like
It's,
that? Okay,
it's
9.5.
quintessential Breech. It is totally realistic. He's in an offense where all like just dumping on Mike McCarthy because of the killing won't allow the scoreboard. I just want to run the damn ball. But when Mike McCarthy calls plays, like Aaron Rodgers was awesome. They got a good offensive line. He's gonna feed
Texas
CeeDee
Coast
Lamb.
offense.
Yeah, like, and that defense, I think I picked the Cowboys to win that division. I think this is a quintessential Breechian bold prediction, 9.5.
The problem is, I don't hate it, but here's the problem. Kellen Moore's gone, obviously, to the Chargers. And that's another bold prediction coming up. Spoiler alert. But you know who the offensive coordinator is now? Brian
Where's
Schottenheimer.
Brian Schottenheimer?
It doesn't matter because McCarthy's going to be
friend,
doing everything.
friend of the podcast, Brian Schottenheimer.
You know what Brian Schottenheimer likes to do? Run the football.
Oh,
So there's going to be a little tug back and forth about trying to figure out how to do the offense.
Until
think
Tony Pollard's like, I can only carry it 12 times a game,
Yeah,
bro.
that's true,
So
too.
Dak's going to have to throw it.
You know, it's actually I'm looking at Rico Dowdle's the backup, and then Deuce
It is
Vaughn.
Rain. It is Rain Dakota, not Dakota.
Oh,
Rain, by the
of
way.
course. Breach is right. That's my bad.
his name
Uh,
is Rain.
And
He's
Deuce
gonna
Vaughn
make
is
it rain
the
this year.
Oh, way.
Deuce Vaughn is the number 3, and
9.2.
he's somehow shorter than Breech. So he's not going to get a lot of carries. All right, Breech, you talk me into it. I will give you a 9.49.
Ooh.
I'll take it.
Yeah. Well, one, I like this. The only problem with this is when's the last time that Dak has been healthy for like an entire season?
That's a good point.
I do appreciate the Trey Lance drama to this, right? Because he's not very happy that Trey Lance came in, so he's playing with a chip on his shoulder. Although Jerry Jones keeps chipping on at his shoulder. I mean, I feel like the guy is just constantly trolling his franchise quarterback. So I feel like he's motivated even more to play. The Cowboys are going to be good this year. I worry about his health because he ends up missing a chunk of games every single year. So I will give it a 9.5.
Ooh.
middle.
And real quick on
Nice.
Dak's health, it's weird how that's come along because he's played in every game in 5 of his 7 seasons. It's just 2 of the
The
past
last
3
couple.
years is when he's been dealing with the injuries.
Getting older.
Well,
Yep.
it's also like he's the Cowboys quarterback, and there felt like unnecessary, weird, gruesome injuries. So it's like sticks in your brain. You know what I mean? Like that, like the bone. He had a bone sticking out of his leg on that injury against the Giants that when he played 5 games in 2020. So,
By the way, I would be remiss if I didn't mention that Davis Mills led the NFL in interceptions last year, tied with Rain Dakota.
Bad year for Texas.
all right,
Yeah.
Katie Mox, your turn for
all
your
right.
debut.
You guys
on
are
a bold
not
prediction.
Gonna, you guys are not going to like this. I can already tell. 'Cause I am on the Bears Island all by myself. Okay, I'm very high on the Bears.
I just said the Falcons will have the most wins in the NFL. You can pretty much say anything you want; it'll be fine.
That's true. All right, the Chicago Bears coming off being the worst team in the NFL and only 3 wins will end their season within 1 game of the NFC Championship game.
So the divisional round?
Yes. Or no, they make it to
And
they
look-
either make it. No, they make it to the championship game. So they
Okay,
would
make it
Technically,
to the
win.
NFC
technically they could
They
get the
will either
1
win-
seed and get a bye and lose, right?
Well, she's saying they make it to the NFC Championship game.
No, within 1 game.
Within 1 game. No, okay, you're right. Within 1 game.
Oh, I
So,
see.
yeah, the divisional round. The divisional round.
Right.
I mean, to
Because if they made it to the NFC Championship
8.975.
game, well, I guess they could get the Niners. Obviously, I'm biased when I talk about that. All right.
There's some Breechian vibes to it too, where it's like
Did you give an official grade, or are you just yelling out numbers, Brinson?
8.975.
Whoa. Wow, 975.
My calculator only goes to 2 digits.
8.975. So you can round it up to 8.9, 9.0 if you want.
Yeah, my calculator only goes to 2 digits.
We don't rant on the show.
We don't want-
You know what? I like this one much better than the Falcons one. And it's not even close.
Ooh, spicy. We have odds here.
Ooh.
So
It's only 7.
to lose in the division round is plus 700. So Katie's going to make a lot of money, it sounds like.
on my Bears train island all by myself.
Yeah.
But I mean, put that in context. So, like, I actually thought the number would be a lot lower or a lot higher. Excuse me. Like, the Steelers are 5-1 to win the AFC North, and the Bears are 7-1 to lose in the divisional round. Like, that's kind of
Their offensive line is a lot better. Their running game's going to be good. They finally have playmakers for Justin Herbert. Their defense is going to be better. And you're in a division without Aaron Rodgers, even though
Yes,
I love
the NFC
Lions.
North is wide open.
I don't hate it. I'll give you and what Brinson do 8.9.
9.0. 9.0, basically.
I'll just do an 8.8. I don't want to.
Wow.
Hmm.
I feel like the personality is bringing my scores up, guys. I appreciate that.
All right, Brinson. Breech, sorry.
Oh my God, that's the most insulting thing you've ever said to me,
know.
Wilson.
Have a good time.
Wait, what'd you say, Wilson? 8.8?
8.8 and 8.975 from Wilbur.
Okay. Yeah, I actually love this prediction. I was thinking about jumping on the Bears bandwagon. I am
Come on
not
board.
sure if I'm gonna do it though.
Plenty of
but
room.
We're empty.
the NFC North is wide open, and there's no reason. I remember a few years ago when everybody thought the Bears they finished in last place, the last time in the playoffs, that the double doink year
Yeah.
was a worse the first year, where the Bears were rubbing it on Twitter that everyone predicted them to finish in last place. They finished in first place. And this kind of has like a similar vibe with the team. They're just flying under the radar in a wide open division. So I'm going to give Katie a 9.25.
All right, so the scores
Leading
after
the
one
charge.
round.
Wait, we
Breach
got
is
to
in-
take a break. Oh, okay, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Score after one round, then we'll take a break here. Breech is in first place. Katie's in second. Wilson's in third. And Brinson remains an undrafted.
Why could I have seen this one coming? All right, we are going to take a quick break here. When we get back, could Sam Darnold be a Super Bowl winner? Could he? I don't know. That's what Joe Musso seems to think. He gave me one of his bold predictions to be on this show. We will chat about it when we come back.
Friday.
The community here in Pittsburgh rallying around you.
It's my turn to return the favor. I just feel so loved and so blessed.
New Secret Celebrity Renovation, Friday on CBS and streaming on Paramount Plus.
All right, back on Pick Six. Last night I was hosting with Joe Musso on Sportsline, and I was telling him we're doing the bold prediction show, and he threw this out there, and I told him I would get it on the show. The moose was loose last night because he said
frequent YouTube chatter, Joe Musso.
Yes.
Like frequent.
He's always in the chat.
Yeah.
He's always in the chat. I love him. Yeah, he's one of my favorite people to work with outside of the Super Friends, now that I'm part of this. But he said that the 49ers will win the Super Bowl this year with Sam Darnold as their quarterback.
I was going to say Sam Darnold, the best chance he has of winning the Super Bowl is if he gets traded to the Chiefs.
Oh.
Like otherwise.
I also have, look, I mean, I know you think I'm making this up, but I've got it in my Prism article that we publish next week. Bold predictions. Sam Darnold has more starts this year than Brock Purdy.
Ooh.
Oh, wait a second. You literally, I don't know how you did it, you little nerd. You got into my computer because one of my bold predictions is Sam Darnold and Brad Allen start at least 5 games.
Why would you not immediately say that after the Musso prediction about you? Instead, you went like Sam Darnold has to get traded to the Chiefs.
I want to get my joke in. I wasn't Brandon Allen too.
Here's how I feel about
Brad
Musso's prediction.
Yes.
I am so sure Musso's prediction won't happen. I will wear a Sam Howell jersey on this podcast every day next year that I'm on if the Commanders win the Super Bowl.
What?
Isn't that what he just said? He said Sam Howell would win the Super Bowl?
Sam Darnold.
Sam Darnold and the 49ers. I was like, wait.
I thought you were
I don't care if you were.
Hey, cut that out, guys. Cut that out.
You can wear a Jonathan Allen jersey. You can wear a Dan Snyder jersey. I don't care. Like, what does Sam Howell do
Wait,
with
what?
this?
How are there multiple people named Sam? What is happening here?
You just
What?
That was
Absolutely.
accurate.
All right. So that
Yeah,
was
everything I just said. I'll have to use that for a line on
Fortunately,
another.
my next one is Sam Howell.
My bold prediction is that Breech says something stupid about Sam Howell.
That's a 9.9.
All right. So that wasn't my bold prediction. We can.
Let's give real quick grades for Musso. I will say 9.2.
What are you talking about?
Wait, does Darnold start games here? I obviously
Sam
I blacked
Darnold
out.
is the starting
He's
quarterback for the
saying-
49ers
he's
when they win
saying
the
that
Super Bowl
Sam
in
Darnold will
Vegas.
win the spot, win
On
the starting
CBS.
spot, and will win the Super Bowl with the 49ers.
9.2. That's pretty bold.
I mean, that's terrible. Okay.
What's your grade, Wilson?
I don't see this happening. I'm obviously slightly biased, and so I will give it a 6.6.
Yeah. I mean, that's more in line.
6.66.
Breech, what do you want?
Give it the
Well, I mean,
Not
it's
gonna
fitting
say
his name is Musso because it feels like a prediction a moose would make. No, I'm just kidding. It doesn't even make sense. You know what? I don't hate it. I'm going to give Musso 7.9 here because
Ooh.
we got the 49ers in the Super Bowl. We don't know that Brock Purdy can stay healthy, and obviously Sam Darnold's there as the backup. So I don't think this is as crazy as it sounds. So what I say, 7.9? We'll just make it an 8 even. We'll go up to 8.
All right.
I will wear a Sam Howell jersey on this podcast.
All right. I'm with Katie. This is one of the worst bowl predictions in the history of this show. We've had some dog dookie bowl predictions. I'm giving it a 6 straight up. Sorry, Moose.
Okay.
I hated it.
All right, Brinson, you're up.
By the way, sorry, quickly.
Yeah.
Moose's grades are still higher than Brinson's from the first round.
That's fine. I mean, that's fine.
Well,
All right, my
Brinson,
next one-
Brinson brought him way up there with like a 9.9.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that's a really good one. My next one, the Jaguars, my Jacksonville Jaguars. Shout out Duval. Finish as the number 1 seed in the AFC.
Breech, let me ask you this. How bold does that sound? Because that doesn't strike me initially as incredibly bold. I actually don't even necessarily hate it.
Find a mirror and look and say that out loud. The Jaguars are the
I can
one
see
seed.
myself in the monitor. So I just said it out loud. I'm good.
Yeah, fair, true.
Jags will be the number 1 seed. Wow, over the Chiefs.
And the Bills, and the Jets,
I think the Bills are.
and the Chargers.
You're not high on the Bills this year?
Terrible take.
You know what? I'm just going to come out and say it. We laughed at Brinson's Jacksonville take last year. I'm not laughing again this year. I'm giving it a 9.3.
Yeah.
You guys are drunk. All right, Katie, go ahead.
Oh my God, the number 1 seed, Brinson. I mean,
Sorry, and Billy's got the odds up here too from DraftKings. They're 14-1 to win the AFC. I believe I think they're 10-1 at Caesars. It could be 14-1. They're 10-1 to be the 1 seed at Caesars, which is where I found that.
well,
Pretty
I
low.
feel like it's a good combination of bold and slight realistic
Yes.
expectations. But they got to beat they got to beat a lot of people. I will give you 8.75.
Okay, I was thinking similarly. I gave you an 8.2.
Wilson and I agree on a lot of things. I see we're on like the same level.
I got to quit asking Breech what he thinks because he's always disagreeing with me. So it's to just
No, I agreed with you the last time you asked me that. This time, Brinson clearly is a clairvoyant when it comes to Jacksonville predictions.
That's because my mother is from Jacksonville.
That explains everything.
Yep.
It really does. Go ahead,
Wilson, your turn.
Oh, you want me to go? Okay. All right. Oh boy,
how many we got in this one?
This is bold.
It's a 17 parlay. Here.
It's 2 on this one. This is the NFC North one. And
2?
I did 1. Do with it what you will. I don't care. Choose your favorite. Do both. Do neither. NFC North because I went by division. Jordan Love.
Oh,
my guy.
Mm-hmm.
Will have better numbers than Aaron Rodgers.
Oh, that's better than the one I have written down.
Because the Jets might be running the ball a bit. They have Dalvin. Breech is coming back. They have Michael Carter.
I can't see that.
Yeah, you're trying to pretend like
Jordan Love will have a better season than Justin Fields, but the Aaron Rodgers one is way better.
And the other one, and maybe I'll cut this one from the list if it affects your grade. Justin Jefferson gets 2,000 receiving yards. He had 1,800 last year. He gets 200. Every year he's gone up by basically 200 yards. So in 5 years, he's going to have 3,000. So he's just getting there slowly.
So just to be clear, those two have nothing to do with each other.
They're NFC North. They're NFC North global.
No, I understand that connection. Yes.
Yeah, I said I did them by division.
You should have just stopped it.
I can stop. I can.
I don't know. I think I like the Jefferson prediction more. Can I just grade one of them, or is this a combo
I'll
package?
give the Love Rodgers 9.45. You can grade the Jefferson one.
Okay. What do you think, Bree? Should I add them both or just do one?
Well, I mean, Brinson just gave you a 9.45 for the Rodgers prediction. You can't get rid of that. Brinson's giving you a 9.45, and you can't get rid of Jefferson because I'm giving you a 9.5. Look, it's bold because no one's ever hit 2,000 yards in NFL history. So if Jefferson does it, whether he's the best receiver or not, doesn't matter because no one's ever done it. So I'm going to give that 9.5.
Now we're talking. All right, sorry. Go ahead, Katie.
Wow, Jordan Love to have what you said, more passing yards or just a better season? What was
more
that?
passing yards? I would imagine he'd rush for more, but who knows?
And Jefferson to get wow. I will give you, Wilson, a 9.
The suspense.
9.
Oh, the
Almost
highest
perfect.
grade.
Almost perfect. Yep.
Almost perfect. I'm
By the way,
this
is quintessential Wilson too. Like Breech does these things where he couches them, where it's like there's a loophole where he could sneak through, and Wilson's like,
just piling them
not
on.
only will Jordan Love be better than Aaron Rodgers, but Justin Jefferson will also have 2,000.
By the way, quick pop quiz: do you guys know who the all-time current single season receiving yard leader is? Calvin Johnson's correct. If you know who number 2 is,
1954.
Number 2, I'll give you a high five.
Cooper Kupp.
Oh my gosh, high five, Breech. All right, there we go. Who's next?
Yeah, who is next?
I believe it is Jonathan Breech.
All right, guys. I was looking for the odds of this. I couldn't find it, but
that means it's bold.
I hope. Well, I didn't know where to look. That's the problem. But my bold prediction here is that the Miami Dolphins finish in last place in the AFC East.
I don't even hate that.
I love
Dead
this.
last.
Yeah. I don't hate it. So does something have to happen, or are you just saying no matter what?
I just think that maybe the Patriots could be a little bit better than we think, and maybe the Dolphins are a game or two worse than we think.
So no Tua
And-
injury, nothing. Just you're going
Nope.
straight out.
No
Okay.
Tua injury. The Dolphins just end up in
Again,
the
it
cellar.
is quintessential Breech. There are so many loopholes here with
No,
which
they just have
like
to finish in last place.
yeah, there's the Jets and the Bills are really good, and the
There's been
Patriots
a
just
lot of
sweep the
push for
Dolphins.
the
No,
Dolphins,
it's
though.
great.
Yeah. Okay, we agree. I'm gonna give him a 9.
9.3.
Okay, I said 9,
We are
9.3.
generous on a Friday.
Yeah, no, right.
Is it me? I will
Mhm.
give it 9.75 because I do love this,
Man,
but
Katie's a good
it's
grader.
not it's
On
not
the
it's
same
not
page.
it's not above the 9.9 though. It hasn't gotten past what Wilson did, but I do like this
All
a
right,
lot.
Katie Mock's bringing some real like positive vibes to
Oh,
this
wow.
grading system.
super
Like,
Up
weird,
our
by the way.
grade.
I mean, usually this is like we're like down like to like
Hold
it's
on.
like that's an F minus for that F minus you gave me, Breech.
Yeah, here's the thing. We'll see you in December, Katie. See how you feel then, okay?
I survived the entire offseason and I'm still
that
smiling
is
somehow.
that is
which
way tougher than the season.
Yeah,
so
that's we
congratulations.
sleepwalk through the offseason. Wait till we get to the grind of the regular season.
I don't know. It might be different. All right, Katie, what do you got?
All right. So obviously I think saying, oh, Chiefs over their 11.5, everybody's got that, even at minus 140. But how about the Chiefs to win exactly 15 games?
Now, so like not more, not less, just 15 on the number.
15
That's
on
a-
the
called
board.
the
Now,
Met
I will say,
That's
if you get over 14.5 on DraftKings, it's plus 500. I don't know about what the exact odds are.
and the reason we asked that is because we had
Exactly.
an editor who claimed, and there was like what 10 witnesses to this. He said the Raiders will win exactly 12 games.
Was it 12 or 13? Was it 12?
It was 12 because remember Derek Carr broke
And
his
this was
leg.
back in- this was
They
back in
already won
2016.
12 and they lost because Derek Carr broke his leg, and they ended up with 12 exactly. It was the weirdest.
Did
We
he bet
can't.
it? I bet he didn't.
They nailed it 12 on the number. So 9.
Well, hopefully, I mean, I don't want anyone to get injured, but 15.
I think 15. Nobody's getting hurt.
So
9.8.
Let me just put this out there real quick. We know about the division games that the Chiefs have, but they also have to play Miami, but they're going to finish in last place. So no one cares about that. They play the Bills and the Patriots and the Bengals and the Eagles after their bye week. So those are games you got to point to
Yes.
in addition to the divisional game. So just so you know.
I think they lose to the Bengals once. Do you want me to say which games I think they lose? The two?
Sure, if you want.
They'll lose to the Bengals once and the Bills. Those are the only two losses.
That's exactly 15. That math works.
And Brinson said 9.8. I'm going to go 9.8 too. The Chiefs have never won 15 games in franchise history. So that's the boldness part. People think, hey, it's Patrick Mahomes. Well, guess what? They've won 14 games with Mahomes. They've never won 15, but it does seem somewhat plausible because
And you might need
Mahomes-
15 to get the 1 seed in the AFC too.
right.
Like legit. Like you might I mean, the AFC is stacked.
All right. So
I'm-
let me
I'm
change your
copying
Jaguars
Brent.
grade then.
And going 9.8.
Yeah, I mean, that makes Brinson's Jaguars bowl prediction.
Yeah, are the
Incredibly
Jags
less
going to win
likely now.
15 games? Yeah.
Yeah, they're not winning 50 games. I'm changing that 8.2 to a 1.2. Okay. I didn't change it. I gave you
I just
9.8,
get
Katie.
dragged there. What is your grade for
So
Katie's?
many strays.
I'm like
just every which way.
I'm like the third judge when the Mary Lou Retton nailed it. I'm just gonna. I'll give it 9.8 too.
You're the
Everyone's-
French judge,
Okay.
man. The French judge.
I'm the French judge. All right, what's next?
All right. What's next? More bowl predictions. But first, we're going to take a break.
Driving into the stadium, seeing everybody tailgating, I get that ready to go feeling.
You know, to walk through the fan section over there and see that many people excited about football, so I'm really looking forward to it.
You get away from football for a little bit and then you start missing and you get that itch again.
For me, that first catch is everything. Once I get one catch, I'm in the zone.
Getting back to football.
We can't wait.
Can't wait. We can't wait.
We can't wait.
We can't wait for more bold predictions. I guess I'll go first.
Brinson, should we real quick talk about the scheduling for the season?
Yes, we should, Katie.
Yes.
So, do you want me to, or do you want to?
Oh, well, I mean, I guess we could do it together. Mondays and Thursdays, pick shows, Brinson and I with the brightest minds on Sportsline. Tuesday, Wednesday, Brinson.
Tuesday will be me, John Breech, and they're dragging some dude who does a draft podcast in to help out. Ryan Wilson, little Super Friends actually, and Pete Prisco, aka Pete Prisco. Where it's gonna be like a ranking show where we just rank stuff.
So like this, but
yes, but with
ranking,
Pete getting mad that we're like, "Hey, Pete, what's your favorite Taylor Swift song?" And he's like, "I don't want to talk about that. That's ridiculous."
Okay.
Wednesday will be me.
But it's anti-hero, we know, for Pete.
Me, Brady Quinn, and Deuce. And then also Sunday night. Podcast devotees will know the Sunday night recap show. Ryan Wilson is going to be lead anchor for Sunday nights, and he will guide us through 2.5 hours of recap coverage every Sunday night.
We know that part's not happening. Less anchor, more shepherd, like literal
I like
shepherd.
how you didn't believe that I thought that was a good idea. Like I was be like, please let Ryan do it. I don't want to lead that show.
Yeah, my intentions were nothing other than to make it easier on everyone. It wasn't to have you be stressed out. And
my intention was to not do that Sunday show, but they said we're doing it. So I was like, please let Ryan do it.
Quickly, Katie, I'll tell you this. The other thing that I wanted to guard against on the Sunday night thing is that I don't know if you know this, but I'll tell you 15 seconds and we'll move on.
Okay.
Breech gets Chick-fil-A on Saturday.
Oh, God.
It gets worse. He puts it in his fridge, warms it up at halftime of the Sunday night game with the pickle on it to eat that's his dinner. And then he does the podcast.
Correct. That's
with my stinky warmed up Chick-fil-A breath.
Well, first of all, you had me at Chick-fil-A because I eat Chick-fil-A all the time. So I appreciate that about you, Breech. However, I've never. Okay, when you reheat it, you put it in an air fryer, right? You're not putting this in the microphone.
Well, hold on.
Microwaving pickles up in here.
No. I didn't own an air fryer when this tradition started. So at first I used a microwave, which does leave it a little soggy, but I did have I had an air fryer last season.
Oh, you did?
I started using the air fryer last season, 10 times better. It's like you got it fresh from the restaurant. And I'm eating it on Sundays. No one else is eating Chick-fil-A on Sundays. That's a 9.9 grade.
Fair enough.
Well, but what about do you save the French fries too? Or are you only eating the...
No, you can't reheat French fries. It's just
pickles fine, but good question, yeah.
No, Katie's right. Air fryer is the way to go with the fries as well. I found that.
I also think I would be interested in seeing a tweeted picture of your air fryer, Breech, because I'm not sure I believe you.
No, I believe he has an air fryer. How do you think he cooks up the body parts?
Oh yeah, I forget. Breech is a serial killer. You know, that's the whole thing.
Yeah.
All right, Brinson, I think you said you were going to go.
I thought this was the whole don't go to Breech's.
Don't.
Don't go. That's why you don't go to Breech's.
Okay.
All right.
Breech is a stand-up guy. All right, nothing weird is happening ever.
Stands up.
And Katie was never seen again.
Chick-fil-A. It's a little weird.
Okay, so this is just looking at the clock. We're probably done after 3, right?
Yeah, Breech has got to do HQ as well. So
that's 12 predictions. That's about what we were shooting for.
I think it's perfect. I'm just trying to decide which one I want to go with because
that is tough.
I have so many good ones. Do you want me to go, or do you want to go while you think about it?
Why don't you go and I'll think about this because I've got 3 that are like.
All right, I'm going to name the 2 that I want to say, and then you guys pick which one gives me the highest grade.
Okay.
All right.
Kind of cheating, but yes.
100% cheating.
It's blatant, flagrant cheating.
All right, God, this is all right. Here we go. I know I'm going to go with this one. Don't worry about it. This is for the AFC South. It's only one, too. CJ Stroud will set the NFL record for. If you had to guess which record CJ Stroud was set in year 1, what do you think?
Most passing yards in the game held by Cam Newton, broken by Andrew Luck.
Most interceptions.
That's way cool. Most sacks.
Ooh.
And the record, and you know who the record is?
David Carr.
David had 76 sacks in 2002, the first year the organization existed. He also is third on this list, by the way, with 66, I think. The number's too small for my old man eyes. And 3 of the highest 5 sack totals are by Houston Texans. Deshaun Watson's another one. So, number one, the offensive line has huge question marks because of injury. Titus Howard's going to be out for a few weeks. They have Laramie Tunsil. They had to put Kenyon Green, on IR. The guy that replaced him, they cut. They traded for Josh Jones from Houston, from Arizona, who wasn't playing. They traded for Kendrick Green, who wasn't playing as a backup in Pittsburgh, didn't dress at all last season. It is going to be ducks on a pond, as they say down in North Carolina when you're out there hunting and not on a duck blind.
So we're looking at 78 sacks.
76 is the record. So
77.
And there's one more game this year than there was in 2002.
That's a good point. And I'm only asking you this because you are the junior NFL draft analyst for CBSSports.com and host of the With the First Pick podcast with Rick Spielman. It's a serious question actually. With Stroud's like draft profile, did he hold the ball a ton, or like is he? You know what I'm saying? Because Watson would always hold the ball really long. And
he's pretty good at getting the ball out.
Okay. It was a legitimate curious question.
The other issue is he has to stay healthy because David Carr was too dumb to say, I'm quitting. I'm not playing after week 8. He just kept going back out there.
Mr. Mittens, man.
They got him crushed. So
what's he doing now?
NFL Network.
Tweeting at me.
So he's still alive.
Yeah. No, David Carr, in his defense, was incredibly tough. He probably wishes in hindsight that he quit after 8 or 9 weeks. But anyway, CJ Stroud, 77 or more sacks. I hope it doesn't happen, but I was just looking at the number thinking this offensive line stinks.
So I'm going to give this a how many sacks do you have to have?
77.
I will give this a 7.7.
That's an average of about 4.5 per game for those.
That sounds eminently doable if you have seen the state of this offensive line with the injuries.
Yeah, but the fact that your draft evaluation of him says he gets the ball out quickly is what's dragging the grade down. So 7.7.
But you have to understand, he was playing Ohio State where all those guys were first-round picks in front of him. And,
unlike Laramie Tunsil, who was a first-round pick.
Unless Laramie Tunsil can multiply 4 more times, it's not going to help CJ Stroud a lot.
Okay.
All right, go ahead. I got that 7.7.
I'm worried about this kid's health now that we're talking about this.
Too worried about CJ Stroud's livelihood to grade this thing.
It's good to know that David Carr is doing well. 76 sacks. Jesus.
That's a ton.
Okay. Oh, look, it's bold. It's also slightly realistic. Like, what'd you say, Breech? 4.5 sacks a game?
4.5 sacks a game.
I think the big thing, obviously I like CJ and I want him to do well, but I'm just looking at this offensive line. And the other thing is, I don't know if your body can physically take 4.5 sacks a game over the course of a 18-week season. But anyway,
Texas also.
We hope this one doesn't come true.
100%.
But I'll give it an 8.3.
Thank you.
Wilson, this might be my favorite prediction on this entire show.
Whoa.
Based on how realistic it is, but also how bold it is. Because as you mentioned, the David Carr getting sacked 76 times, that was in 2002. Over the past 15 years, there's only been one quarterback in the NFL who's even been sacked 60 or more times in a regular season. And that was, any guesses?
Big Ben?
Baker?
Big Ben?
Nope.
Was it Joe Burrow? Joe Burrow had what, 55 sacks?
Burrow got sacked in the 50s.
Yeah.
It wasn't. Burrow got sacked into the 60s.
Russell Wilson.
Including the playoffs. Russell Wilson, also a good guess, but that is not the answer. The answer is Deshaun Watson. Got sacked 62 times.
I literally read that off earlier.
I didn't think you would use the same stat Wilson used in his bold prediction to try and trick us.
Sam Howell jersey out.
Well, I did trick you. Russell Wilson got sacked 55 times last year.
All right, so what do you want to give me?
I was going to give the active quarterbacks who have been sacked 55 or more times. Dak got sacked 56 times in 2018. Tannehill got sacked 58 times in 2013. But that's it. There aren't any other quarterbacks that have been sacked more than 55 times. But CJ Stroud, you run around, you get sacked. You're indecisive. You get sacked. Rookies are indecisive. Yep. I just think
you wake up in the morning, you get sacked.
I am giving Wilson's
but on
prediction.
a Sam Howell jersey, you get sacked.
Wilson, I'm giving you a prediction a 9.99.
What?
First time in podcast history.
Yes. Two 9.9s?
9.99.
9.99.
Settle down, Ferris Bueller. Good Lord.
I love it. That rounds up to 10, Breech.
Times. All right.
And hopefully, as Katie points out, I don't want CJ Stroud to get sacked at all, but I'm just looking at that offensive line and I have concerns. All right.
Can you imagine the amount of people reaching out to you if this
CJ Stroud's mom? Hey, buddy, look, I know you're rooting for this, but just come on.
But the other part of that is CJ Stroud wins the MVP and the Texans win the Super Bowl. That's the trade-off. Okay, go ahead.
Okay.
That would be quite the juxtaposition. Okay, I will. Speaking of MVP, I'll go next.
Okay.
Okay.
And I will stay on brand.
Trevor Lawrence.
Can I get? Yeah, I was gonna say.
Yeah, nope. Katie, guess what do you think it is?
Trevor Lawrence.
That's a good guess.
My guess is that Phillip Rivers comes back and wins the Super Bowl. What's your guess, Breech?
Oh my God. I mean, I would just like
look at this smile. Look at this smile.
yeah. That would be incredible. Y'all are close. They're good guesses. However, My bold prediction is that Matthew Stafford receives at least one MVP vote in 2023.
Okay.
I don't even. I wonder if he's going to play half the season.
Yeah. I mean, this feels like
This is such a Brinson on brand.
But there's also a Breechian twist to it that only John.
There's
will
a very
catch on.
Breechian twist.
Yeah,
because
the
the
only
MVP
John.
vote
Only
comes
John
with
will
5
pick up on
spots
this.
year.
Yep.
It comes with 5 spots this year, so somebody could put Stafford 5th on one ballot, and then Brinson wins his bold prediction. So
Very Breechian of me, wasn't it, John?
dude,
I don't think,
strategy.
unless you got a vote,
Respect.
I don't think it's happening. Did
You don't
get a
think I'll
vote?
bribe Pete Briscoe to like letting me get one of these? Like
He wouldn't want his name associated with that. All right, I'll go in a minute because I don't feel great about this. I'm just going to be honest with you. Who wants to go?
Okay, I don't feel great about this, but now with this voting thing that you could
you
vote.
have to list 5 players. It was last year too. You had to list 5 players. This is the second year doing it. You have to list your 1
your
through
top,
5 on
your top 5, or you grade them 1
there
to
are
5.
50 voters. All 50 of them have to list their top 5 MVP choices.
Katie, think about it this way. If you were allowed 10 spots among 50 voters, would Matthew Stafford make it then? And I'm
no.
right.
Hell
That's
no.
where I'm at. That's where I'm at.
All right,
And
then
Cooper
look
Kupp
at it that
now
way.
probably missing the first week or 2 of the season.
Yeah. So
For the record, he received no votes.
confirmation.
Look, Brinson.
Dude, look, I'm used to low scores and wins. That's what we do around here.
Yeah.
Low scores
Yeah.
and W's.
Yeah.
Okay. That's one way to put it.
I'll give it a 5.
Oh no! My God,
I'll see that low score and lower it 4.9. That's terrible.
Oh my
There's
God.
no way. Let's see what
This
Breech,
is
see if Breech can help you.
I look, Brinson using my strategy of giving himself a lot of outs. I have to respect it, so I can't give him below a 7.
Thank you.
So I'm gonna
Wait,
give
why?
Brinson. Well, this is a
the,
smart
the,
strategy.
the 5 vote thing is very breachy.
There are 50 voters, and so they're going to be 250 slots because they can all put 5 names, and only one of those 250 slots has to have Matthew Stafford's name, and this bold prediction
I'll get
pays
Prisco
off.
hammered and like scribble in Matthew Stafford at number 5.
My thing is though, is I wouldn't be surprised if this season ends and Stenson Bennett is the one
Ooh,
finishing.
that would have been the bold
season.
prediction to go with, Brinson.
So
Stafford retires
that's why-
midseason.
That's why I can't grade this high, because I don't know how much we're going to see. If
What'd you say, Breech?
Well, Stafford can't relate to his younger teammate, so that's a problem, right,
I can't
Brinson?
believe his
And
wife
Cooper
is
Kupp
not-
is not.
He's younger. He
healthy.
can't relate to his older teammate Stetson Bennett either. Like
yeah, his
Low-hanging fruit.
same age.
I'm going 7.5.
Golly, what is wrong?
By the way, there's a very bizarre Stetson Bennett UGA hive out there where if you make a Stetson Bennett is old joke, they will come after you.
Well, I'm
Oh.
not necessarily defending them, but I feel like at this point, I get it. He's old. How long are we going to keep going to that well?
As
Well, I
long as
mean,
it's
I'm
funny.
a notorious dad joke guy, so a lot.
As long as
Fair
it's
enough.
funny.
Well,
Yeah.
that's
is it
where
my
the
turn
problem
now?
starts. Go for it, Katie.
Yes.
All right. Jonathan Taylor does not play a snap this season, but Anthony Richardson still wins Offensive Rookie of the Year.
That's bold.
Wilson, you're the junior draft analyst. Go for it.
So who are the others in the running? So your guy, Bryce.
CJ Stroud's dead, obviously. because
CJ.
he's back into death.
I already said it's CJ one MVP.
He's not living, so he won't win.
There's Jackson Smith-Njigba, who's going to start the year with he's coming off the wrist surgery.
Bijan
Bijan's the
on
obvious
on
one.
the 17-win Falcons.
Jahmyr Gibbs is the other one. Quentin Johnson, Zay Flowers, Jordan Addison. Those are the sort of skill position players in round 1. I don't hate it, especially if. And the thing is, the other thing is Shane Steichen I like a lot, and I
do
think
too.
the difference is. I'll ask you guys a pop quiz. How many games did Anthony Richardson start at Florida?
13.
13. How many did Jalen Hurts start at Oklahoma/Alabama?
Like 49.
Oh, great guess. 42. So you think the learning curve might be a little steeper for Anthony. That said, oh my God, he was a lot of fun to watch in the preseason. I'm going to give this an 8.88.
All right. I like it.
I'll go 8.87.
Ooh.
Reverse Price is Right. I do think that the interesting plot twist here is if Taylor is traded or doesn't play for the Colts, it only it actually enhances his chances of winning because it increases the difficulty level
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like it makes it harder for Anthony Richardson to be good because he has no Jonathan Taylor. So if he is good and the Colts win,
Oh yeah, that part. Yeah.
if you win
The
6
narrative is-
games,
yeah.
like Kyler Murray won 5 games and won Rookie of the Year. Cam Newton won 6 and won Rookie of the Year. Justin Herbert won 6 and won Rookie of the Year. Quarterback, you should win 6 games. Go under your win total for the year, 6.5. No Jonathan Taylor, 6 wins. Very doable. And you've been hammering that at 9 to, is it 9? It's probably down. You may have moved that number, Katie. Like,
Yeah. I think it's 6-1 right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like it.
I'm not even
8.87.
sure which one is more bold. I feel like the Taylor prediction is more bold because it feels
yeah.
like he's going to miss he's obviously out the first 4 games because he's on the PUP list. And then you have the Colts saying, all right, we have 4 weeks to figure out what we want to do with Jonathan Taylor. If he gets traded, then he's going to play with this new team. So it's like, are the Colts is this going to be full Jim Irsay? Your fate lies with Jim Irsay, Katie, because if Irsay says we're not, if Taylor doesn't get traded, he might
number
not
one
play
ranked party owner, by the way.
So what are you doing, Breech?
I'm ready for it.
I'll give this an 8.9.
Oh,
8.9. Let me write that down.
That's
And then I want to
fine.
give you guys a
That's
Brinson.
fine.
You mentioned Cam Newton. Give you guys a Cam Newton fun fact from his rookie year when he won. Oh, he won MVP 2015, but his rookie year 2011, he threw. Let me see how can I phrase this to make it fun. How many yards did he throw for in his first game?
It's the rookie
439.
record for week 1.
439.
Wow.
You're close.
I know.
422 in week 2 of that same rookie season. Again, that was coming off the lockout.
If I guess his exact season yardage total for his rookie season, and I'm look, hands up, will you raise all of my grades by 0.5?
No, I'll buy Brinson Breech. What is his name there? A Sam Howell /Hartman jersey. What is it?
4,136.
No, is week 2
No,
total.
I'm saying the whole season, 4,136.
No, that's wrong. In week 2, he threw for 432 yards.
So do we deduct half a point then from Brinson?
Yeah.
Sure,
So my
knock
point is that
yourself out. Help yourself. They're down anyway.
Cam's first 2 games in the NFL, he threw for over 422 yards in back-to-back weeks. He never once again hit 400 yards in his career.
Whoa.
Oh yeah, he broke his own record in week 2, right?
Yeah, went for 422.
He set the rookie record for
Who are
passing yards in
they
a single game.
who are they going up against in week 1?
The Cardinals,
Oh.
and then the Packers, and they went 0-2 in both those games.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Wilson might have this in his notes. Cam Newton obviously holds the record for most passing yards in your first career start. Do you guys know who is second on that list?
Joe Burrow?
No.
Oh.
Wait,
We don't talk about
No. I think
We don't talk about
Cam got.
that a song.
Didn't Andrew Luck break Cam's record, or it's Andrew Luck then?
No.
Brock
Andrew
Purdy.
Luck has the record for
Brock
the whole
Purdy.
season.
Oh,
Rookie
season. That's right. Yeah.
I heard almost the correct answer because I heard the Purdy, which sounds like Testaverde, and that's the answer.
Oh.
Denny
Almost, yeah.
Testaverde back in
Okay,
1980.
Cam had 4,051 passing yards in his rookie season. 4,136 was pretty close.
Pretty close. Let's give Brinson just 1 point. Not on every one, just a single point.
All right.
Do we have any?
Yeah,
Do you want
I
my
think
last
so.
one?
Sure, Breech.
Oh, yeah, Breech, you got to do one more. Let's go.
I'm going to pull a Wilson. I'll give you 2. You guys grade whichever one you think is
It's
bolder.
unbelievable.
All right. You know what? I'll just give
I'm
you
the
one.
guy who drags these things out. But these guys had 42 bold predictions.
Uh-oh, what's he got? No. F. They're not winning
The
the division.
Nashville
You just went from numbers to letters. You gave him an F on a 1 to 10 scale.
the AFC South this year. Brinson's Jags do not finish as the number 1 overall seed because they don't even win their division.
So
the
Tennessee
Titans-
wins the AFC South. That was interrupting you. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, Tennessee wins the AFC South.
Do you want to defend that, or that you can leave it out there?
Well, I'll say that you look at last year, their roster was horrible, and they still came within 1 game of winning the division. In the last game of the year, they would have won the division, except their quarterback, who had only been on the roster for 10 days, fumbled the ball, and Jacksonville returned it for a touchdown. So they almost won the division with a quarterback who was on the roster for 10 days. Assuming you have Ryan Tannehill healthy, either DeAndre Hopkins or Derrick Henry, feels like one of the 2 will go off because defenses are going to have to pick one. And Mike Vrabel might be the most underrated coach in the NFL. So I
agree with
like
I agree with
Tennessee to
Traylon
surprise.
Burks avoided big injury. He's back practicing.
Well, and I like Traylon Burks as a number 2 receiver, which obviously he'll be behind Hopkins more than I like him as number 1 receiver.
Friend of the podcast, Kevin Clark, at theringer.com has a really good article
At
on
ESPN, Brinson. Catch up on your stuff.
See, ESPN.
Yeah, he announced it today that they were recording this.
No. He has a podcast with Omaha. Like Moxie.
I thought he was leaving the Ringer.
No, he's not. No, catch up on your stuff, bro. The article is up at theringer.com about Mike Vrabel. And also you can watch and listen to Moxie Bets.
Thank you.
An Omaha Productions property. Is that correct?
Yeah, they
production.
own it.
Omaha Productions production.
They own it. Yeah, it's both. Production and a property.
Here's the thing about this one too. It's classic Breech.
Oh.
He oversells it to make it sound like it's an impossibility. This could never happen. It's homerific because it involves.
Oh, because he lives in Nashville.
But when Billy astutely put up the odds on the screen, it's just 3.5 to 1. It's not even that long. But in traditional fashion, I will give you credit here, Breech. I'll give you, if you can answer, I will give you a 9.5. You can tell me how many touchdowns Mike Vrabel caught in his NFL career.
8.
I don't know the answer, so I think it's 4. Yeah, I think that's right.
I'm guessing. I don't know. Let me say this quickly in defense of Breech, which actually I like this a lot. They drafted Peter Skoronski. He's going to start at guard. That's huge. Tyjae Spears, you talked about Derrick Henry. Tyjae Spears had a really good preseason. He had a knee injury. Hopefully that's all well and good. I think he's going to be critical to what they do in terms of the running the ball. And I agree that we continually underestimate Mike Vrabel. And Katie, I'll ask you this because 8
with the Patriots, 10 total in his career.
10 total.
I get partial credit.
I think that, and we've talked about this on the podcast before, Katie, but I think that Nashville, the city, compared to Tennessee Titans, the football team, there's no more disparate city to football, pro football team, city to city. I feel like we said before, Nashville should be like in Boise or something. Like it doesn't feel like.
I mean, the Titans should be in Boise.
Well, you mean
Titans should be in Boise? Yeah, sorry. Nashville feels like it should be the Raiders, or it doesn't.
No, but Vrabel's a blue coach. He should be coaching like the Cleveland Browns, or move the Titans up there and put a party team in Nashville. Is that what you're saying, Wilson? You want to put the Chiefs? Put the Chiefs in Nashville.
Exactly. That's what I'm trying to say.
Are the Chiefs a party team?
Okay. By the way, I'm going to take
like the number
Travis
one.
Kelce. Yeah,
He's the new
I'm going to take the L on the Kevin Clark thing. I didn't see his post that he's actually leaving. The article, though, is on theringer.com. So L on me. Love Kevin Clark. Congrats, Kevin.
The L was taken as red. What's your grade for Breech? I'm going to give Breech a 9.2.
Thanks.
I will give Breech a.
You got to bump it up for the Clark thing.
That's
8.8 in honor of Mike Vrabel.
I'll give Breech a 9.4 for the Clark thing. Actually, 9.5 for the Brinson dunk as well.
Yeah, I was hoping that post from Kevin wasn't 3 hours ago, but as it turns out, sure was.
All right, go ahead, Katie. 8.8 from Brinson.
I'm still grappling with what you asked me, Wilson, trying to figure out what team I think should be in Nashville, what the party team is. I don't know, but like I'm sidetracked on that.
It could be its whole separate podcast, honestly.
Yeah,
the Dolphins. Like the Dolphins fit in South Florida.
Or even
yeah.
Or even
the Bengals. Should the Bengals be in Nashville?
No, absolutely not.
It should be in Cincinnati.
No, they're perfect for Cincinnati. It's a trick question.
Okay, I will give this. Look, because I agree. Vrabel's a dog, and you still have Derrick Henry. You still have, or now you have DeAndre Hopkins. And I do feel like even though they're 3-1, this is like the most disrespected 3-1 team. Nobody believes in the Titans. So I will give this 8.67.
Ooh,
take it.
By the way, the Raiders is the correct Nashville answer.
I said that. That's the first thing I said.
Yeah.
I was too busy taking the Kevin Clark out.
Fair enough.
All
right, I'll tally up these offline and I'll send them to you, and we'll get the aggregate average score and see where everyone ranks and go from there.
Okay. Well, Wilson and Breech, before we get out of here, let's give Katie Mox a grade for her first bold prediction show. I'm gonna say 9.9.
Okay, I'm up there with Wilson.
Pretty seamless.
So Katie, so her 3 grades were 9.0, 9.8, and 8.9. So
no, I'm just saying the performance on the bold prediction.
Oh yeah,
I went 9.9. Now you have to go lower. You see,
I was going to go 10, but okay, I'll go 10.
Go 10. Go 10.
Right.
There you go.
Breech will do something like 4.2 and be like, "Bye, guys,"
just to bring the average down.
No, I was going to give Katie a 9.3, but I'm going to bump it up to a 10 because I remember she gave Brinson a 5. And that's
fair,
classic move. You fit in right away when you're doing that stuff. So Katie gets a 10.
Well, this
All right.
was fun. I'm glad to be inducted into the Super Friends and have my first bold prediction show. And the first time I've allowed a show to go over an hour. We're at 104.37. So,
And one caveat, Katie, once you've been inducted into Super Friends,
See,
it's like a
told you he
cult.
does this.
yeah.
It's like a cult. You can't get out of it. So you're stuck.
You got to get the tattoo now.
Yep.
Okay. What is it? The Snoopy tattoo or the?
Your
But
choice.
you do get a Bud Light sweatshirt and a Snoopy tattoo out of it. So you got that.
Oh, hell yeah. All right, everyone. That is going to conclude the Bold Prediction Show. Make sure you join us later this week for more NFL coverage. Or actually, next week or this week. Today is Monday. Happy Labor Day, people. We have pre-taped this show if you haven't figured that out already. But make sure you join us for the rest of the week. Week 1 of the NFL season. We are excited about it. Brinson already talked about what the programming is going to look like in the season. You got some Super Friends, you got some gambling, and you have your Sunday show, which I know that you all love so much. If you're listening to YouTube, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. If you're listening to audio, download, follow, leave a 5-star review. Tell your friends to listen and watch the pod. We'll see you later.